Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. As you see, the video straight out is titled Trump Wins Round One. Make no mistake about it, regardless of what side of the aisle you may be on, regardless of how you may feel about number 45, the former commander in chief, there is no denying that the Supreme Court has indeed handed Trump his first victory. No matter how great or mild you may feel it is indeed a victory for President Trump. Fact is, we know that President Trump, his desire, his end goal, is not about having this case adjudicated in front of a jury, seeking a not guilty verdict, trying to get acquitted for what he's being charged with. The goal is to delay this until he can be back in the White House. And with that goal in mind, President Trump scored a victory with the Supreme Court this week. There's no denying that. Now, we're going to talk about how you folks may feel. You know, I want to come to the folks and discuss it, which is why I'm here on a Saturday of all times. But two issues were being presented before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court simply declined to even touch it. They're going to let it go through its normal process. Now, what Jack Smith was asking the Supreme Court do is unorthodox to begin with. So I want to give it to you that way, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on. If Jack Smith had won, obviously this could set a precedent that could trickle down to a hell of a lot of cases. So even if you want Trump's head on a plaque, understand there's a lot of other things that could come from letting a prosecutor skip over the appellate court and go straight to the Supreme Court. So it's not just liberals, or better yet, it's not just Republicans that are celebrating what happened with the Supreme Court. There are some folks on the left, some open-minded attorneys, counsel, that believe that you should let the judicial process take its course. Nevertheless, with the goal of President Trump being to delay the situation, we already know that with the Supreme Court's refusing to hear the case, it opens up the door to President Trump delaying the case until after the election. And we know that is absolutely the goal of President Trump, is to delay the case until after the election. So this is a victory for Trump. But I want to ask you folks, looking in the comments real quick, when was it great? Talking about the hat, we'll discuss that in a minute. If you support MAGA, you are a traitor to your own skin. Damn. Wow. We'll talk about it. What about you folks? Now, I don't know. I think on TikTok, I may have to reset this. I don't know if it's freezing or whatever, but I see on YouTube, the dog says, damn. Yeah, I get it all the time, folks. You be seen with a MAGA hat. People have a hell of a lot of choice words for you. There's no way around that. Did I miss your thoughts on Colorado Supreme Court Rule 14th Amendment, Section 3? Yeah, that was the last show. We'll talk about it during the course of this show, but two issues. Jack Smith wanted the Supreme Court to answer, first of all, is Trump entitled to double jeopardy protections because he was impeached in regards to the insurrection by Congress? So can you try him again in criminal court? Some say yes, some say no, but that's what was up for discussion. Second issue up for discussion was, does Trump have immunity from prosecution due to the fact that he was currently president during the insurrection or the protest or whatever the hell you want to call it? So those are the two cases. Real quick, before we go into it, for you folks tuning in on YouTube, is the broadcast going all right? Do I need to reset it? Because it looks like over here there's some skipping. Let me know if it's going all right. I'll continue on. Otherwise, I will reset it on TikTok. I see everyone on TikTok is just constantly saying Trump 2024. Trump. I get it. You guys are delighted. Okay, you guys are saying it's glitchy. So If you will, YouTube, bear with me. I may have to reset the live. I'll give it a second and see what happens. I see folks are saying it's okay. We'll see what happens. If so, I do have to reset it. What do you folks think? Do you believe Trump was entitled to protections of immunity on January 6th? In other words, as president, you really cannot be held accountable for a damn thing. You're immune because you're the president. Anything you do in concert of protecting the country, like for instance, George W. Bush, some wanted him charged with war crimes. Some wanted the former president charged with war crimes for going into Iraq for what turns out to be unfounded reasons, the weapons of mass destruction. That never came to fruition. We lost, I believe, 6,000 plus servicemen. Many folks are still permanently ruined, PTSD issues and things like that. But he can state that I was trying to protect the country, and what I did was in the course of the office, giving George W. Bush immunity. Trump is suggesting he also should have immunity. He believed the election was stolen. He believed what he was doing on January 6th was in furthering democracy. What say you folks? Do you believe Trump should be granted immunity from any possible prosecution on January 6th? Now, this is different than suggesting he didn't do anything wrong. If you think he didn't do anything wrong, that's fine. It was a protest. Those folks acted a fool. Maybe it was due to Ray Epps, the FBI, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, whatever the hell you want to name. That's a different side of the coin, suggesting he didn't commit any crimes at all. Trump isn't saying that. He's saying that he's immune even if there were. I'm asking you folks, do you believe on January 6th, Trump was operating in concert of the nation's highest office, thereby giving him immunity? What he was doing on January 6th was within range of the duties of the office. That's what he's stating. I was doing this as president of the United States for the country, therefore you cannot hold me criminally accountable. Looking in the comments, do you watch the TikToker T? He says all MAGA are racist. I do watch the TikToker T sometimes, but I love a lot of folks on my program that suggest that all MAGA are racist. I hear it all over the place. Hell, you just seen someone call me a sellout a moment ago because they saw the hat. Now, I'm still thinking I may have to reset this because it's looking like it's glitchy. Joker, appreciate that. Crane, thank you very much. Appreciate that. You should look at what's going on in Eagle Pass, Texas right now. I'm going to assume you're referring to the border. Elaborate on that. Feel free to elaborate. Are you unable to differentiate between right and wrong? Trump is and was a criminal. Coup equals illegal. Well, I'm not here to agree or disagree. I'm here to state Trump deserves his day in court. Trump has not had a court determine he had a coup, or he was trying to perpetrate a coup on January 6th. That has not been, he's not been convicted of that. Right now, you're just stating that's the way you feel, and you're entitled to do that. But until he's convicted, it's just an accusation. Looking in the comments, Trump lover, okay, isn't fluoride free cold water a basic universal right, and elite leeches should be replaced otherwise? I don't know what that's saying. Looking on the YouTube, better question, do you want to set a precedent where the party in power uses the judicial system to target the opposing front runner? Will you still be when the shoe is on the other foot? Well, wasn't Trump suggesting that if he became president, he was going to lock Hillary Clinton up? Isn't Trump also suggesting that if he becomes president again, he's going to do what the liberals are supposedly doing to him? I don't favor using the justice system to go after your political opposition. I get your point. However, my response is if you want a leader that's not going to use the justice system to go after their political opponent, then you don't need to vote Trump in either, because he's making it clear he's going to do it. So just because he hasn't did it, he's literally stating he's going to do it. So you have to find someone else. Maybe should investigate Nikki Haley or Vivek or somebody else. But Trump is making it clear I'm not above doing that. And let's be 100% honest with each other. Talking about my beloved MAGA. If you believe the liberals criminalize the justice system to go after Trump, be honest with yourself. You would have no problem at all if Trump got elected and did the same thing back to the liberals. Just be honest with yourself. You would not have a damn issue with that at all. So if you want somebody that's not going to criminalize the justice system, and you think Biden is doing that, voting Trump in ain't going to end that either. That's not going to stop that, but I do appreciate the comment. Looking in the comments, we need all new people in Washington, says Grim Muff. Yeah, perhaps. And I do see I think this says RIR or something that says I for an I. Yeah, that's the point. That's the whole point of defending Trump's tweets and insults, is it was an eye for an eye. They're doing it to him. Hey, he's fighting back. So you can't complain that this stuff is wrong, but suggest it's wrong when you do it to me, but it's okay if I do it back. Then it's not wrong in your eyes. It's not wrong in your eyes. That's Republicans. Wow. I lived easier when we had Trump. Yeah, a lot of people did economically. Understood. A lot of folks say they did economically. But if you folks will, I'm going to reset the live because it is absolutely glitchy on YouTube. I can see myself freezing. And the numbers going all between 900. There's like 390 of you folks in here. It's moving all over the place. So I'll try to reset it. I'll be right back on both